I've driven 2 cars in my life. Mama Kieran's car and Papa Kieran's car. The 2 cars that I've driven in my life for a sum total of probably like 3 hours. Did they survive? They did survive. Except I much preferred driving Mama Kieran's car. Because, okay, and Papa Kieran's car was like the more expensive one, which you think would be nicer to drive. But I really preferred the regular old Nissan. And I don't know, it was like lighter, so it felt easier to drive. They're both automatic. But Papa Kieran's car felt heavy and scary to drive. Like it doesn't handle. I mean, it probably does handle well. I don't know. I don't know anything about cars, but it must be a BMW. It actually was. How do you know? From just that description. I didn't like it. They drive like a dream though. I didn't like it though. I just defined a BMW. That's the way they drive. I guess so. That's how they feel. Well, it did feel heavy and I didn't like it. It felt scary. BMW Perps Lost is okay. I don't know if it's for me. We're in Ultima. How did you guess the other car too? You guys know too much about cars. 2 out of 2. Ultima is a classic mom car. I guess so. Well, that's the car I preferred. Halloween BGM. Give me one that loops. But the problem is they're all too like spooky, scary skeletons, which is not. I want something more chill. No, that's exactly what I didn't want. Does Audio Stock have gnome music? I feel like they don't. But what is gnome music? They have one result for gnome. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank you, Kiwawa. Kiwawa has delivered music. Let's judge the BGMs she has sent. It's pretty good. It's calm. But this one's nice. This one's very calm and spooky. Not gnome though. I'm gonna put this one in the pocket, by which I mean I'm going to download it. I want to look a little more on Audio Stock. How do you define gnome music without using the word gnome? Audio Stock is so fun. This is actually one of my top hobbies. Is browsing for royalty-free music. This is not gnome music. This is just Sword of the Rings. Little bossa nova beat. Bossa gnome. I just wanted to show you an example of gnome music, but now I don't even know what gnome music is. You just have to search on YouTube. See, there it is! At the top of my YouTube recommendations. Gnome Music Playlist Volume 2 Extra Whimsical. That's what I need. I was watching a YouTube video. Maybe you saw it. It was someone turning a ruby into a D20. And at the start of the video, they were like, well, there's nothing wrong with this, but they were like, I'd like to shout out my editor who always picks the best music for my channel. And I was kind of just like, but the editor's not making the music, right? He's just picking it. I mean, yes, that does take work, but also shout out to the musicians who made the music. Hater arc? I don't know. They made it sound like my editor picks out the best music. Curation is important. It is. Editor paid to slog through music. I don't know. Maybe it's because slogging through music is my hobby. Shout out to Fauna for always picking the best music for streams. I guess I do listen to like gnome music playlists, which are like curated playlists of songs. But you know, sometimes the people making the curated playlists, don't you think they sometimes get a little bit too big for their britches when they're like, when they make their posts and they're like, I'm so mad that I can't monetize my videos on YouTube. My videos which just feature everybody else's music that I have turned into a playlist. But it's definitely a service which I utilize. So I should appreciate the people taking the time to curate the music. Also, I didn't even celebrate 900K. I kind of forgot, and now I will celebrate it at some point. There's so much I want to do. There have been just so many events. We're celebrating right now. No, we can do better than this. This is just another day in the forest. Only 4,000 late. I don't know how it went up by 4,000. I wasn't even streaming, but thank you. Every 1,000 that gets added is just like more evidence that I'm late. 904 subscribers. I remember being excited for literally 900 subscribers. I remember. That's a big deal. Your first 1,000 in some ways is like the biggest deal of all. It is a lot of people. It still is. I mean, I still think, well, this is something I think a lot of people don't think about. If you stream to like 15 people on Twitch, you're already streaming, then I think more than like, I forget what the actual number is. It's like more than like 80% of people. If they're feeling like that's not a lot, they should imagine 15 people in a room watching them play a game and chat. That's a crowd for sure. That's not nothing. It's a classroom basically. 10K here. Oh, are we? I don't actually look at the numbers during the stream. I never know how many people are watching. In my brain, it's still 15. The truth is, at some point, you do become like desensitized to the numbers. 1,000 feels like so many, you know? And it is a lot. But then at some point, and I do appreciate very much, but your brain just gets used to it. I'm pretty sure, no matter what. Yeah, it becomes more normal. But it's like crazy to think about. Think about it not as a number, but as actual people. Because it is actual people. And it is like a stadium, which is crazy because it doesn't feel like that because I'm just sitting here talking to my computer. That's a lot of people. I'm just sitting here. The internet is magic. It is. I have a long neck. Kirans are called giraffes. I should have a long neck. You know, this is a tidbit for you. When I debuted, of course I know that I am a Kiran. So I was like, yes, Kiran, the mythological, well, not mythological, because I'm real, the mythological critter. But I got sent like a weird translated version of my lore that would be on the website. And instead of saying Kiran, it said giraffe. I was like, oh, am I supposed to be a giraffe? And I was like prepared. I was like, gosh, I guess I have to learn how to be a giraffe. I don't know what that's gonna be. Like, I was ready to be a Kiran because that's what I am. But if they need me to be a giraffe, I guess I can do that. Gaming idol giraffe. So there was a moment where, yeah, I was sent a version of my lore. This said I had giraffe blood running through my veins. And I was like, okay, I can roll with this. I could be a giraffe if they need me to be a giraffe. Where's the giraffe timeline? It was just a mistranslation. Probably a machine translation. It was never meant to be. Eventually, it got reverted back to Kiran, and I was like, oh, I guess all as it should be. Back then, I'm more like, I will speak my mind these days, but that was at the very beginning, and I was more like, oh, if that's how it is, I can work with that. Don't worry, I can be flexible with anything. Nowadays, I'm more like, hey, why does it say giraffe? I think that's wrong. Yeah, instead of wide fauna, we could have had long fauna. I'll grow out my neck. I can do that. That's how it is, right? You assume that everybody around you knows better. So you assume if there's something that you think is a mistake, oh, it must not be a mistake. Because surely everybody else knows more than I do. They would surely not make this mistake. But sometimes it really is a mistake. I've been taking my iron supplements. You should be pleased to know. But I was reading, I don't know, I get too lost in the sauce with the iron supplementation because everybody is trying to min-max it, and I was reading it, and it's like, it's too complicated. They're like, you should take your iron supplements on an empty stomach with a glass of orange juice, which is absolutely diabolical because if you take that on an empty stomach, you're gonna die. Your stomach is going to curl up into a ball and crumble, and it's gonna kill you with pain. So I threw that out the window and take it with food, even though it's less efficient. But then they're like, and you should take your iron supplements not every day, but every other day for peak absorption, which I don't really understand that, but I guess I can do that. But then it's harder to maintain the habit because then you have to remember, like, if you took it yesterday, use a pill organizer. I guess that's what it's for, right? Who's saying this? I don't know. The scientific literature. You just listen to your doctor. But my doctor prescribed me the iron pill that has like 400% of your daily value, and that one actually destroyed me. I'm too weak. I even tried to take it right before bed so that the stomach cramps wouldn't wake me up so that I could just sleep through them. But they did. They woke me up in the middle of the night due to the pain. So I switched to a different one, which is only like 140% of my daily value, but it does not heal me.